this is just for good measure.
Alright, hey guys, what is up? Mathematical here. Today I'm going to show you guys how to do what you just saw. Make a simple muzzle flash. Now you're going to need 4 things. 1, you're going to need a video of your actor pretending to shoot a gun. 2, you're going to need WinRAR. And 3, you're going to need to download, go into the description below, download this. Extract it to your desktop or to whatever folder you want, or you can just open it up and drag it to wherever you want. And the first thing you're going to need is Sony Vegas Pro. This tutorial I will be doing on how to do it on Sony Vegas Pro. I will do a future one on how to do it with Camtasia, but for today's tutorial I'm going to be doing using Sony Vegas. So you're going to go ahead and open up Sony Vegas Pro. You're going to go to File, Import Media. Then you're going to go find wherever you saved wherever you saved it. I have it on my desktops, and you're gonna want to go ahead and import that stuff in. So this, basically everything that came in the raw file plus your actor pretending to shoot the gun. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up. Ignore that. If that pops up, that just means it's creating an audio proxy. So you want to go ahead and input the footage of your actor by just dragging it down here. So
Action!
So trim it obviously to where it needs to be. Now what you want to do, you can go ahead and just play through it so you can see.
And this is just for good measure.
So that's all we're going to be using for today, so I'm just going to trim it up to there. Now what you want to do right away is you're going to want to go ahead and find the time before your actor shoots. So if you watch the film Battlefield, the short film Battlefield that I did, you might recognize this scene where Matthew shoots his younger brother Michael. So yeah, so you're going to want to find right before he shoots. So I'm doing this by going frame by frame using this key right here. So that is about right there is where he shoots. So now what you want to do, you're going to go ahead and on this track right here, right click and hit insert video track. Now what you want to do, you want to go ahead and drop this down right here and put it in. Actually, let me make this a little bit longer because for the blood splatter and stuff. So you're gonna want to have at least you're gonna want to have about I would say maybe 15 seconds of footage for you to do this. It could be less, then you have to trim everything a little bit less, but I would recommend if you're just starting off, use about 50 seconds of footage. Now once you have this in right here, I'm just gonna ignore that. Once you have this right here, you want to go ahead and hit this right here. If you don't have that, right click and hit video event FX. Next thing that you want to do, as soon as it pops up, okay then. There we go, it popped up. Alright, so for one thing you want to do, you want to go find Sony Chroma key here. So you want to hit add and then add again, hit OK. Now if you have your own muzzle flash that you want to use, you can input that in. The reason I added 2 is because I need to key out these the black lines up here and this green. If yours is just completely green, then you only need to add 1. Now for the first one, if you're using this, the first one, you want to go hit color, hit this little eyedropper tool right here, select just any area in the green. And for this one, you want to do the exact same thing, except you want to select the areas that are black. Perfect. Now you want to bring up the low threshold up a bit, just to about where you see the lines disappear. So I would say right there. Make sure I go back to this one and bring the low threshold up a little bit more, and I would recommend giving it a little bit of blur. That's just what I recommend. You don't have to if you don't want to. Next, you want to go down here to this little thing, event pan crop. Again, if you don't see it, just right click and hit video event pan crop. Then next, what you want to do, you just want to aim it towards your character, and position it where it needs to be. Scale it if you need to. So I'm just gonna scale it to about there. Place it right there. And I'm gonna go 1 frame, another frame, and then I'm gonna zoom in down here and clip it to right about there. Now if you may notice, there's these two frames where there's nothing. We're going to do something called keyframing, basic keyframing. So what you want to do, you want to go to the very beginning, so right when you see the muzzle flash. Let me just adjust this a little bit more. Perfect. Next you want to do, you want to go next frame, then you want to come up here, click that, and then hit the next arrow on your keyboard, and then double click right here. Then you want to drag that up right there. Now what this does, it makes it follow it. So that's exactly what we want. And that's it. That's all you have to do. Simple keyframing. So if we play through it now.
This is just for good measure.
Perfect. That's exactly what we want. It's just a little bam. Just like that. Now, another thing you're gonna find in that raw file, you're gonna find a gunshot sound effect. If you do not have one, then you can just use that one, or you can just use the one you have. Okay. Now what you want to do is go ahead and find this right here and go one frame after. So right when you see the muzzle flash, you want to go one frame after that, and you want to go ahead and hit File, Import Media, and find your sound effect. I have mine on my desktop right here. You can easily get this off of YouTube, or you can just use the one that comes with it. That will be included in the raw file. Then you're gonna go ahead and right click and hit Insert Video Track. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this down like this. Now you're gonna get these two things if you're using mine. Just right click over here and hit Delete Track on the top one. Next you wanna find where the gunshot begins. So I'm gonna go over here. Right about there would be good. So I'm gonna hit S on my keyboard. That'll split it. You can right click on this, hit Delete. Bring it right. I'm gonna bring it right when it happens. So first frame, second frame. So I'm gonna bring it right about there. I'm gonna trim this up to here. And now that's a little too loud. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna bring the gain down a little bit like this. And if it's still a little too loud, so just play around with this. Perfect. Exactly what we want. So if we go look at it, it's perfect. That's what we want. Now what you want to go do is go to the very end of it, hit S, and right click and hit delete on the rest of this. Now if I'm going too fast for you, I apologize. Just rewind the video. Yeah. Next thing we want to do is add in the blood splatter. So you want to go, so right there, right after it goes away, we want to go ahead and add that blood splatter. So you're going to go right click on this track over here. Oops. Right click on this track right here, hit Insert Video Track. You're gonna go ahead and import the blood thing that we found. Now you're gonna have this extra track down here. Just right click on this track and hit Delete Track. Next you wanna just skip to the part, or just find whatever blood splatter you like. There are many in here, but for this I'm just gonna be using the very first one I see. As soon as it finished loading the frames. Alright, perfect. My Sony Vegas is acting a little slow. So right there, you're gonna want to go ahead and find the point right where it starts. So right about there it starts. Trim it to that or hit S. Oops, sorry about that. Either you can trim it to that or hit S on your keyboard. Delete the excess. So bring it right to about right there where it starts. Now you're gonna have this giant green thing overlaying. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna chroma key this out by right clicking, hitting Video Event FX. We're gonna find Sony chroma key. Just hit OK this time. We don't need to add any extra ones. Hit on the color. You probably know this by now. Hit on highlight some of the green. We're not gonna mess with this yet until we adjust it. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and right click again. Hit Video Event Pan Crop, or you can just go here to Pan / Crop. Next thing you want to do, you want to go ahead and tilt it like this until you have it just about there. That's where I want it. So you want to find the place where he's getting shot. So in this scene, he's getting shot. Let's see, where exactly is the bullet going? It's going about here, so right around the neck area. So we can put it around here. If we go frame by frame, it's not looking too well. So what we want to do, we're gonna go back to chroma key here. Just bring the low threshold up a bit, get rid of some of that green. You can add a little bit of blur if you want, just not too much. I would recommend adding about like 0.7, 0.07. I mean 007. I would recommend adding about that much. I find looks okay. If we look at it play through, oops, a little bit of lag. If we go frame by frame, we see it pop out and disappears about here. So you want to go ahead and hit S. Now you can do this. There's other blood splatters on here. You can use whichever ones you want. It's the same concept. So that is basically it. So I'm just gonna play through it. Now it's kind of laggy because I'm recording it. So I'm just gonna go frame by frame. There goes the flash. There comes the blood splatter, and that's all we need. So I'm just gonna go ahead and split my clip down here. So I'm gonna hit S. Actually, no. I'm just gonna hit. Oops. Can't hate. Sony Vegas hates me right now at the moment. Let me just go back to the. Whoa. Alright, so perfect. I'm just gonna go to the very end of this right here. You don't need to do this. I'm just doing this for my sake. Click on that clip. Oh my gosh. It hates me right now. Anyways, you guys get the idea. So yeah, that's basically how you do it. Hey, one thing I forgot to mention, guys, before I sign off, is how to render this out. So basically what you want to do is just go up here to File, Render As. Now what you want to do is as soon as this opens up. For those of you wondering, down here I'm rendering out a video, so yeah, that's why my computer's acting a little bit slow. Alright, so once it opens up, there you go. You're gonna see this pop up called Render As. Now you're just gonna have this like this. You're not gonna have anything marked. We're trying to do it. You wanna go and hit Match Project Settings. You're gonna find a lot of them that say that. You just wanna click the one that says Wave dot Microsoft dot Wave. And oh, I thought I had one bookmark. But you're just gonna want to find the one that says Wave Microsoft, hit the default template. Actually, that is not the one. Alright, give me a minute, guys. It is. I was certain it was that one. It is this one. What am I saying? It is this one. Just want to say Match Project Settings. Just hit the Wave one from Microsoft. Hit default template, and just name it whatever you want. So I'm gonna name it Tutorial Gun. Then all you want to do is hit move. Well, obviously save it to where you want to save it. I'm just gonna save it to my desktop. You can save it to wherever you want, obviously. Just do that. There was a way to let me hit more filter options. Cause I remember there's a way to render it in as WMV. That's strange. That's what it was. Lord, you wanna go to you wanna go ahead and find the one that says scroll down until you find the one that says WMV. Hit the drop down menu and hit the one that says 3 Mbps video. Hit that. My mistake, guys. Usually what I do, I just favored it. Most of the time it'll render out the exact same way as your video. So yeah, once you have that marked, which is right here, or you can, for example, if you want 720 by 720p by 25 or 30, you can mark that, or 1080p. I would recommend using this one because it'll match, like it'll match whatever your thing is. So after that, just go ahead and hit render. Now depending on how long the clip is, it shouldn't take that long. Mine is flying by pretty quick. So yeah, that's how you render it. So yeah. This is the end of the video. As always, stay magical. Peace.